they do even no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you once again, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me once again from wherever you are watching from. Please share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun Day. Remember, read the caption of the broadcast, the description of this broadcast. Hear it. That is to invite your friends and not so friendly friends. And again, pay your offering, like the broadcast, and tell your friends. Yes, you read the caption right. Remember, I told you there was, this afternoon was an appetizer. Tonight, we will dig it further. So share this. First person that muted the idea of spending or going into the pension fund was Abba Kyari. And I also heard that another person who also attempted this was Issa Funtua. They both cooked something and they called it Central Bank of Nigeria Infrastructure Fund. And they were attempting to steal the pension fund. Do you know what happened to the two of them? They died. Tinubu and his gang, Kadobi, as well as Wale Idons, they are plotting and planning to not plotting anymore. In fact, they have been given the green light. Go take 20 trillion for your coastal road. You have pensioners in your family, tell them, put it low. Your pension is gone. So Motide again. So thank you so much for joining me again from wherever you are joining or watching this from. So it is Mayegun Live, and we are kicking it off tonight from the news that just hit the airwaves this afternoon. And this is very important, okay? It is also, I mean, it's so important for you to understand how bad Nigeria is right now economically. You need to understand it. Away from your ignorant, if you're Abobaku watching me, or a typical Nigerian watching me, now away from your fantasy, where you can easily just take a look at the available facts and evidence and easily conclude that Nigeria is in a very, very bad place right now, economically. The Boko Haram and APC took Nigeria 40 years backward. Yeah, I heard that right. 40 years backward. And that is why we told you that at this junction, right, the best thing for that contraption, Nigeria, for anybody who loves that place, is to begin to make a move for the breakup of the contraption. It is for your own good. Because the more this Nigeria exists, the more the lives of millions of you will continue to be put into jeopardy, including the lives of the ones that are yet unborn. Generation yet unborn will be born into poverty in this current Nigeria as it is currently structured. And the criminals who are doing that, knowing that they will never be punished, they will do it again and again and again and again and again until you stop them. Whatever Boko Haram did with Nigeria, I am saying whatever Emefiole did with Nigeria, you can take it from me. Take it or leave it. It doesn't even matter. Kadobi and Boko Haram, Tinubu, they will do worse. And you already have all the pointers. But you don't have to believe me. But just let this, my voice, continue to speak to you when you are by yourself, when you are trying to look for who to blame for all of this, pointing fingers, shifting the blame. My voice will remind you what the truth is. And you probably will know where you are falling to, whether you are an enabler or just an ignorant dumbo. Either way, my voice will play a significant role in your head when the reality will set in. Whether you like my voice or you don't like my voice, whether you like the way I'm talking about this or you don't like it, it won't matter because facts are very stubborn. Fictions, you can edit your fiction, you can enjoy your fantasy, you can make up all your whatever it is you're making up in your head. Baba, facts are very stubborn. They won't go anywhere. Nigeria is in a bad place simply because APC, Egbekegbe, make it so. And the journey to making it so was enabled by some of you, even watching me right now. You know the role you play? You probably do. But here is the truth. In 2017-18, the idea of using any dormant money in Nigerian banks came to Boko Haram's people like the discovery of a sliced bread. They were so shocked that so much money like that is somewhere for pensioners. We could borrow that. Yeah. I didn't know Nigerian pensioners. Just tell them that we'll pay them back later. And for them to believe that we will pay them back later, let us go and issue a bond. Typical of just, let's go and print money. But we won't print it now. We'll just tell them that we'll give them later when they need it. But we need their money now. So Abba Kyari muted the idea. They put a team together to draft what money can be spent on and it will be called infrastructural fund. From pension fund, and pension fund is not money from government. That is the money the banks deduct from you, from your money, from your salaries, and then they bank them for you. Yeah. So then, when it is the time for your retirement, the government is expected to contribute their own counterpart of that pension fund. And that means if the government is taking a certain percentage from your salary every month, they are also expected, in some instances, to add their own, whatever it is, to that your tax deduction. Or even if they don't have to add any of theirs, yours is enough. And that is what they wanted to take. So Abba Kyari and few other guys, they met with the Emefiole and they turned it into a monetary policy. Instead of the money sitting there, waiting for you to retire, maybe they should borrow it for now. For some reason, people raised the alarm. Don't try that. That is the money you can't touch. This was after they have almost depleted all of the revenue earning sources for Nigeria. Hear them among themselves. Nigeria was losing money so massively, and they had no idea on what to do. So they discovered this gold mine, trillions of naira, sitting somewhere, waiting for some people to turn to 70, 75, and they still have like maybe 20 years away. They still have like 15 years, 30 years, and all of that kind of years away. Oh, we could use the money. Let the future government come and deal with it. I don't know what happened. Abba Kyari went to Germany to go and negotiate with Siemens on Nigeria Power. It was neither the Minister of Power nor advisor on power to Bokwari. He was a chief of staff, the position that Bajabia Mole currently holds. That was the position of Abba Kyari, but he was your de facto president then. He was pretty much your president, at least. So Abba Kyari went to Germany to go and negotiate Siemens deal. He came back with coronavirus and he died. He did not live to execute that plot of looting money from pensioners, the pension fund. But his own cousin, Issa Puntua, who happened to also be, a relative of Bokwari, family member too, he took it up. From what I heard, though, so Emefiole in 2019, 2020, after the death of Abba Kyari. So by 2021, 2022, Emefiole plotted it again. But this time around, they said it was Issa Funtua, that old man. They said that Issa Funtua wanted Emefiole to continue with that project. And that is the agenda of putting together a sort of a policy or statement that allows the government to take the pension fund. So they pushed it again. Central Bank of Nigeria Infrastructural Fund. This was the pension fund they want to use, 15 trillion. And before you know it, Issa Funtua was also rushed to London. He never returned back to Nigeria alive, so I heard. And that was the end of all the attempts to want to steal the pension fund from the poorly paid Nigeria workers who are mostly going to leave their pension age in poverty, where hyperinflation has already eaten deep to whatever pension they have saved. But that is not going to deter Tinubu and gang from going ahead with their plots. So I don't know who brought the idea. I don't know who is behind it. But what we know right now is that Tinubu and his gang, they have gone to FEC 2 days. They had FEC meeting for 2 days. FEC meeting is Federal Executive Council meeting. And the Federal Executive Council comprises of the Federal Cabinet. Who are the Federal Cabinet? The appointed, loyalist, ass-licker, incompetent crook that Tinubu appointed. These are the Federal Cabinet. So they presented it to them. Listen, guys, no investor, no nothing. We want to construct Coastal Road. It's going to cost Nigeria 15 trillion. Everybody is asking me, where am I going to see the money from? Because Nigeria has no money. Guys, I needed to approve that we can use the pension fund. This time around, we will just take 20 trillion from it. And in another 20 years, somebody else can pay them their pension. But by then, we would have built a coastal road for you. So again, tell your grandma, tell your grandpa, your retired grandpa, your retired grandma, tell them that when it comes to their pension, because here, for those who know Tinubu very well, you are about to learn how they build, how he built Lagos, the mega slum of Africa, the mega city of Nigeria. You are about to find out how they built Lagos for 24 years. Lagos that used to have drinking water, government running pipe-borne water, no longer has government running pipe-borne water, drinking water anywhere in Lagos anymore. After 24 years of Tinubu, people used to fetch water inside their homes. We used to fetch water inside our home. We used to turn the tap on. There was no borehole. So after 24 years of the man, the Poseidon, the man that defended Lagos from the ocean, today, that is the mega city of Africa. You want to know how he built it? You will find out very soon. You will. Because now, what they want to do is that what they said they have received approval for, they now call it Renewed Hope Infrastructural Fund, not Central Bank Infrastructural Fund. It is now Renewed Hope Agenda, Renewed Hope Infrastructural Fund. Do you want me to tell you something? When this idea of a coastal road was mooted long time ago, then the Jonathan and then others decided to look into it, but they didn't because it was too massive. Like, it's like capital intensive, okay? And by then they calculated that it was going to cost over 4 trillion to build. So it was something they didn't want to push. It's like, how can you use half of your national annual budget to want to use that to build one road? Like, who does that? So they now developed the idea of PPP. Now you see this road, though, this coastal road, though, okay? Whenever we want to do it, we are going to look for whoever is ready to take off the project. Let's assume, say, a Chinese company say, oh, we'll take the project. It's going to cost about $2-3 billion. So we will take it on, we will build. So the arrangement was that whoever was going to build the coastal road, right, from Lagos to the border of Cameroon, past Calabar, all right? So the plan was that whoever was going to build it, so the government is going to make arrangements with them to build it with their money. Government will pay all the people that their land will be affected, their properties will be affected. Nigeria will pay those ones to ensure that the project has the right of way. Environmental something investigation or so report, that one that will actually like environmental assessment I think a report is called, right? That is when you have to do the check on all, on the path where that road is going to pass. You have to do the assessment. You have to meet the community by community. You have to go to some of in fact, a lot of you probably believe that it's about just constructing road. I told you what it takes, right? Why Nigeria didn't do it. why they wanted a PPP. A PPP means that somebody else will build it with their money and they will recoup back their money. So they will build it from Lagos, 747 or so kilometers. They will build it. And so once they complete the road, they will now put toll gates at every stop that they want the toll gate as approved by the same Nigeria government, just to ensure that, yes, thank you for building this. So it's going to take you 15 years to get your money back, but thank you for building this. It will cost Nigeria no dime. But Tinubu, because they couldn't find anybody to do it, right? Tinubu came when Nigeria is bankrupt already, but it doesn't care, who cares? Now you didn't say Nigeria bankrupt. So Tinubu came without any bidding, without any announcements. They just came and said, the Federal Executive Council, Tinubu's appointees, they have approved the project to construct coastal highway to high-tech. The person who is in charge of high-tech, Gilbert Shaguri, is Tinubu's confidant, fellow criminal, a wanted man in some countries, and a man that is believed can never enter America without being arrested, all for money laundering, crime, drug trafficking, contract, including bribery, where government officials in different countries have been bribed by this guy, Shaguri, in order to corner whatever robbery or whatever fraud they wanted to perpetrate in such countries. That is Tinubu's confidant. So they have a company and it is called high-tech. This company, right, has no competitor, no bidding, no nothing. It is also a company that Tinubu has 42% interest, 42% stake in. His son, Sheyi, is a board director of that Shaguri's company. Now, you see all this conflict of interest in public office. It is considered conflict of interest and it is a crime. But Nigeria is a crime scene where criminals are in charge. So it's not a crime. So what have they done? No bidding, no competitive bidding, no announcement, no consultation, no environment assessment, check or report, no nothing. Just an announcement that, okay, the high-tech says the road is going to cost 15 trillion naira to build. And they have won the contract. In fact, this is not going to be build, operate, and deliver. No. Nigeria is going to build it. But Shaguri and high-tech, they're going to be presented to you as a private, as the partners. Do you understand? So, high-tech that they said will build this road, okay, is supposed to be like Julius Berger. You know, say when Julius Berger build road, they get paid and they walk away. These ones are not walking away. They will spend no dime of their money. Tinubu is planning now to use the pension fund to hand that over to his pal, Shaguri. Now, whichever part of the road is constructed, a toll gate or two tolls or whatever will be put on them, on that road. And guess what? The document is going to show that Shaguri, high-tech, they use 50% of their money to build the road. You will be alive to witness that. If Tinubu want to steal 20 trillion naira pension fund, and he's going to hand 75 to 80% of that to his pal. Hey. For you to even plan it's like you want to go and rob a bank or you want to go and do that, but that won't take a lot of job. But this one is like an easy job. easy.